Welcome back to some Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow? That was a very weird facial expression there, Vivian. Yes. Let's see, shall we? Who do we think our visitor is for today? We had Gulliver yesterday. We haven't had Leif for a while, I think. Leaf. I don't know how you pronounce it. Same different. Oh, it's got Discord notification. Nah, that's fine. That can wait till after. So anyway, hello there everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow, it's 5:24 p.m. on Tuesday, August 11th, 2020. Time just flies by, doesn't it? Can't believe it's already nearly halfway through August. That's crazy. And it's still incredibly hot. August is meant to be like when summer's toning down, isn't it? September is when it starts getting cool again. And my birthday's in September, so there we go. Gulliver, ahoy there, dear. Thanks to your help, I'm back with my crew. They made a big show, sighing and rolling their eyes when I climbed aboard. What jokers. Any of you, here's a cool trinket for my travels. Hope you enjoy it. From Gulliver the Sailor. Wow, we have a lot of things in our inventory. What do you give us, Gulliver? A caffier. Ah, this thing. Oh, thank you very much, Gulliver. We'll put it in storage along with everything else. If it can fit. If not, then we'll have to clear out some storage. So, I haven't played again last night. I'm doing very badly at trying to play in the night time, to be honest. To try and catch your stuff. Sometimes I'm just a bit lazy. Sometimes you don't feel like it, you know? Animal Crossing is basically just what I do for half an hour each day and just talk about random stuff. You know what I'm going to talk about today? This is actually good because I actually have something lined up to talk about because I actually did something slightly before, just immediately before this episode. I watched a video by... Oh, it was Leif. What do you think about Lily? Dear, how long have you been here? Because I was sort of spaced out. I've been daydreaming, lately about starting a new life on another island. It's not that I'm unhappy here or anything. I think I just want to try something new. I think if I want to keep growing as a frog, I need to explore new places and make new friends. I want you to stay. You're the sweetest, dear. I was secretly hoping that you tried to talk me out of moving away. Drip drop, thanks for caring. Lily, I'm sorry, I can't allow you to move. You know, I wonder if she's moved out from my Wild World town, because she was one of my first villagers in Wild World, and she stayed here for however many years. I'm kind of scared to check to see if she's moved away or not, because in that game, they can randomly move away. It's only new in this game that they can't anymore. So, Leif doesn't have a holly bush, as we're talking about. Anyway, what did I do immediately before this video? I watched a video by, I think his name is Jim Browning. He's a YouTube channel, and he does videos about scammers trying to scam people, and he sort of like flips the table. He reverse cards on them, and starts being like, hey, I'm gonna scam you now. What? Not really scam. He more like, because their scams are all about taking control of their computer, I suppose. He, I suppose, takes control of their computer, or like just has a nice little look into what they're doing, seeing what's going on behind the scenes and all that. So this time, all he did, well, no, I say all he did, he just like found out all the actual information about all the scammers and kind of really freaked them out. Go search up the video; it's a very interesting watch. He's a very nice, calming, soothing voice. That's probably the sort of voice I should aim for, but sometimes I get too excited, so I say excited in quotes because I suppose my excited is rather timid compared to a lot of other people's. That's just how it may be. But scam calls, you know, what an absolutely terrible thing to exist. Taking advantage. The worst thing is because it always takes advantage of those who don't know any better, like the elderly or the young, maybe. I don't know. I'm less competent technologically wise. Of course, I'm someone who grew up with technology all my life, and I'm very experienced with it. So you know, scams don't get me. I'm trying to think if I've ever fallen for a scam. I've definitely had malware on my computer before. That was a very scary time. The first time I had malware, I was like, oh god, what do I do? And thankfully Malware Bytes removed it. So thanks to that. Shout out to that company, I guess. I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, yeah, spam calls, any sort of virus things and stuff like that. Terrible things. Scam calls are also just the worst. I mean, nowadays it's like much easier to expect because like I'm like, who's gonna call me? If it's any of my friends, they're not gonna call me, or I've already got their contacts details, so I know it's them. Anyone random calling me is gonna be like the doctors or something. But you know, me being me, I've added them now to my phone, so I've got them as a contact now. So now anytime someone randomly calls me, I'm just like, it's a scammer, probably a scammer. and I'll say 98% of the time it is a scammer. And you know what it is every single time? It's always that the Chinese one, which it's always just starts off with a very robotic voice. I'm not even sure what they're saying, but apparently it's something about them like saying, "Oh, your visa's expired" or something, or you're being investigated by the International Bureau Agency or something. Is that even an agency? That's probably not. Basically something being like, "Oh, we're gonna, you know, you can't live here anymore, go contact us and give us money," basically. But it's all in Chinese, and you gotta think, damn, the scammers are evolving so much that they've got entire scam calls entirely in Chinese, which makes me feel like, now I didn't really think about this or the implications of that too much, but I guess that means a large majority of the people who fall for these scams are probably Chinese people then. Or people who understand Chinese, not necessarily just Chinese people. Which is weird. I suppose, I'm surprised it kind of works in some aspects. I feel like if I was living in a different country, if I was like, for example, living in like, what's a country which doesn't speak English as one of their main languages? You know, like Russia or something. I don't know why that was so hard for me. If I like moved to Russia or someone like immigrated there, and I got a spam phone call, maybe English isn't the best example because English is quite like a global language. Maybe if I was like a French person, I moved to Russia, and I got like a spam phone call, and the person was talking in French to me, I'd be like, what? We're in Russia. I wouldn't expect the official like agency in Russia to be speaking to me in French. You know, I suppose not everyone thinks that way. It's probably very scary to get that sort of call as well. I'd imagine. I don't know. It's hard to imagine. Anyway, scam calls are horrible. Viruses, bad. Protect yourself. Don't do anything stupid on the internet. Don't give your money freely. Things like that, you know. If your bank's calling you, being like, oh, something about fraud, I don't know, contact, and they want you to give out your details, don't do that. What you should do is hang up, or you should tell them, be like, oh, okay, if you don't mind, then I'm going to call the bank myself using official numbers, you know. Don't just freely give up your information like that. Always be cautious. Never give your password out to anyone, you know. You see that line written everywhere in all these games and all that. Protect yourself. Antivirus. If you're not so technologically literate, if you are technologically literate, that's a hard word to say, then I suppose you don't really need antivirus. Just be smart about the things you're doing. But you don't need me to tell you that. You don't need my advice, I suppose. And get a good antivirus as well. Don't get something like Norton or whatever. Even if it is a bit bloaty, you can just use like Windows Defender, lightweight, or Malwarebytes. The best preventative measure is just, you know, being smart about on the internet, you know. Don't go to shady sites, don't click shady links, and never ever give your details up. Unless you're absolutely sure you can, you know. I'm trying to think if I've fallen for a scam before, if I was younger. I definitely like haven't given my money away or anything like that. Oh, you know what I have? I have actually fallen for a scam before. It's not like an official scam. It was in a video game. It's in a video game called Habbo Hotel, which I was playing when I was like 8 or something. Which, by the way, was not allowed because you have to be 13 to play that game, but my bad. I think the statute of limitations has probably expired on that, so it's okay. Also, no one's going to send me to jail because I played Habbo Hotel earlier than I was meant to. I had a load of furniture items from, I don't even know, maybe, did I spend some money in the game? Maybe I spent some money in the game. Including this rubber duck collection, which I was, oh my word, you are fast. Okay, you're probably a vampire squid or something. Which is good, because that's what we're hunting for. Which I was really proud of collecting. And then, I remember, I made a new friend, and he was like, oh yeah, you know, you can actually duplicate all your Habbo credits with this one weird trick. If you type out your password, it's a giga giant clam. They're the only things which exist, apparently. I just want a vampire squid, you know? Just a vampire squid. A simple vampire squid, give it to me. Anyway, that guy was like, oh yeah, this is how you can duplicate your Habbo credits, or whatever it's called. Habbo credits being, of course, a premium currency for that game. You're also pretty fast. But you're not very big, so it makes me think that you are a Gazami crab. He said just type your password in, and then I can't remember, press this combination of buttons. It was like Control W and enter or something, or maybe Alt F4 and enter. So obviously all that did is it sent my password off to him in plain text, and then in the chat, and then closed me out of Habbo. A vampire squid. Whoa, this! I got a vampire squid. A lot was at stake. There we go. We did that. Cross it off a list. So there are no other deep sea creatures we can catch at this time, so I guess the only things to do left is try and catch a soft shell turtle, giraffe stag, and a golden stag. Giraffe stag and golden stag are kind of rare at this time, so we're not going to focus too much on getting them. We'll try and get a soft shell turtle. If we've done that, I don't know. I guess we'll get some gifts. Maybe we'll start watering our flowers. Yeah, let's do some flower watering. Anyway, let's donate this off to the museum, and I'll... so yeah. It sent my password out to him, which at the time was Cookie, I think. Can't quite remember. Obviously, I've got better passwords than nowadays, and much more tech savvy. So I was like, huh, it didn't work when I logged back in. And then I looked at my room, and all my furniture was gone, and I was like, no. I was so sad. I don't think all of it was gone. I think I was tech savvy enough to realise I should change my password right then. But a lot of my stuff was gone, and I was like really sad, including my duck collection. People are so mean sometimes. But I was also like way too young to be playing that game, I guess, so, you know, it's on me, I suppose. It's not really on me. It's on that guy 100%, but now I know. It's a lesson well learned. Hoo-hoo, why this is a vampire squid. Please tell me something about a vampire squid. I hear these vampire squids look really cool at night time, like they glow, or like, not effervescent, what's the word? Bioluminescent. Beware the vampire squid, I say. This 8-armed deep-sea monster is out to drink your blood. Excuse me? Hoo-hoo, haha, I only jest. The vampire squid does in fact live deep in the ocean where almost no light pervades, but while it looks like it could nibble on your neck, it nibbles on bits of dead plankton and algae instead. By all accounts, the vampire squid is a gentle sort who squirts bioluminescent goo at foes. So how did it get into the area official name? Vampirotuphus infernalis. That means a vampire squid from heck, you see. The problem is the squid's cloak. Its arms are webbed with velvet red skin and lined with toothy spikes. Plainly put, this genial squid looks for all the world like a vampire who went for a swim. And there you have it. That was actually a really long description, brothers. And we got a vampire squid, so the only two deep sea creatures left to catch, which we can currently catch at the moment, is a giant isopod and a horseshoe crab. So that probably means I'm going to return to our usual time slot for playing Animal Crossing New Horizons around 3 PM. So I like it a bit better then. It's a bit earlier in the day, I don't have to play so late and all that. I don't know, we'll see how things like that happen. So yeah, Habbo Hotel. Probably, now think about it, that game was full of scammers, wasn't it? That and RuneScape. Did I get scammed on RuneScape? I didn't actually play RuneScape all that much, so I probably couldn't really fall for scams because, you know, what was I going to get scammed for? You know, speaking of RuneScape, I have some very random memories which just came to mind. I feel like I did actually give out my password on RuneScape once. Why does that sound like something I did? I played RuneScape even younger than Habbo Hotel, I think. And I very much did not understand what RuneScape was, not what I was doing, but you know. It's just two things came to mind. One was, damn, I probably did give out my information at some point. And two, the second thing was, I'm pretty sure I remember, two memories just came back to me. One of them was, I can't even remember, I think I was like fishing or something, and some guy just came up to me and just like gave me a full inventory of anchovies. I don't even know what I did with them, I don't even know what you do with them, so thanks to that guy. You know, that's like reverse scamming. He's giving us something instead. It's very generous. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure I made no use of it whatsoever because I had no idea what it was even for. The other thing I remember was I was walking through a place in the city. Oh, what are you thinking about, not Roscoe, Rowan? Oh dear, perfect timing. I get distracted when I'm shopping and sometimes I end up buying two of the same thing. I don't need that much stuff, so I'm going to give you take a mulligan and give you a portable record player. I feel like this is a present that I've received multiple times from many different people. But anyway, I was walking through a town, or maybe like the wilderness or something, I can't remember, and I saw like a mithril axe on the ground, which at the time I think was one of the highest or rarest metals at that current point in RuneScape. That's definitely not big enough to be a soft shell turtle. And so I picked it up and I was like, oh, I can't equip this, so I just dropped it again. Which is absolutely stupid in retrospect. Like, what was past me thinking? It's like, oh, free thing on the ground. I can't use it at this very moment. I guess I'll just leave it here. Like, I mean, I understand maybe in real life, maybe doing it. Actually, even that's a bit weird. If I pick something up, you know, you return it to lost property, I suppose. But I just picked it up and I just left it there because I couldn't use it. I think I told one of my neighbours about it, like later, and they were like, "What?" Some neighbours who played a lot more RuneScape than me and were good friends, and much older than me as well. Not much older, actually. I shouldn't say that. They were like, I think one of them was 1 year older than me, the other was like 4 years older than me, something like that. I don't quite remember. I still didn't get it, even after I realised. I was like, oh, I couldn't use it. No loss there, you know? Which I guess, you know, in some aspects that's kind of true. It's like no different to have I not seen it. Of course, I could have probably sold it or something, but I don't know what I was doing in that game. Isn't RuneScape kind of notorious for having loads of scammers in it? I guess, you know, now I think about it, a load of online games are. It's just kind of human nature. Not human nature. No, that's not what I meant. Some humans have a nature, I suppose, which they just have no trouble with taking advantage of people. Absolutely terrible. I can't imagine. But you know, I like to imagine a lot of them are just children, you know. Just, you know, taking advantage of people doing some stupid thing that they heard a friend do one time or something. I don't know. I don't want to get too cynical about it and all that. It's a scam calls. I'm trying to think what scam calls used to be like until I got like the Chinese ones every single day. Not every single day. I think I've blocked a lot of them now. You know what I used to do? Because I don't know. I feel like before on Android phones you couldn't block numbers or something. You can like report them as spam. And then like for some reason my phone lost that functionality for a bit. So I made a phone contact in my phone called Don't Pick Up, which basically just automatically forwarded them to voicemail, because sometimes I get called by the same number over and over and over again. So I just put them all under there, you know? Hold on. As this fish bites, I'm gonna grab my phone. See if it's still there. I don't think I ever removed that contact. I just opened my calendar instead of contacts. That is, in fact, not what I wanted. Not much on my calendar nowadays. Let's see, hold on. Don't Pick Up. How many phones have I got? How many numbers have I got in here? Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20. Oh my god. It just keeps going. That's like 40 numbers I've added in there. When I couldn't block people on my phone for some reason. I can now, obviously. So I just, you know, whenever I get a spam call, block, report a spam. All that stuff. Delete the voicemail. The most annoying thing is they always leave voicemails. And it means I have to go in, call my voicemail, listen to all the automated messages, and then delete them, like manually. It's just like, ah, so much effort. Like, could you just like not, just like move on? I'm not gonna fall for your stupid scam. Hopefully, it's not gonna age particularly well if I do fall for a scam in the future. But I like to think I'm not gonna do that. Hopefully, like ever again. I say again, I'm not sure about... I guess that Habbo scam is kind of a scam. Ooh. It's just not really what I was picturing when I was thinking about scams. And the malware thing I got on my... It's not even my old computer, it's my old computer I got that on. Apparently I already know this recipe. Yeah, it's my old computer. I don't even know how I got it, now I think about it. I wasn't like a sort of person to go on shady sites or, you know, shady downloads. Oh my god, this Joy-Con drift is actually ridiculous. I can't be right sometimes. Please let me walk. So yeah, what other scam calls are quite common? They always used to be like, oh, you're owed like, I don't know why I pressed the button. You're owed like £500 from the bank, or not the bank, or like the government or something, tax refund, I don't know. Like, have you been in an accident? Here's how you can claim it. And I'm like, what? I'm like, scam caller, I'm like 12. Obviously not now, but you know, back then when I first got my phone. Actually, I wasn't even 12 when I got my phone. I got my phone, my first mobile phone, I think when I was, ooh, soft-shell turtle. 14. My word, your face. I got a soft-shell turtle. I should take a selfie. Is that really the best you could come up with that one? I feel like that could be said for any shelled creature. I don't know. But anyway, scam calls, bad. Don't fall for them. Be vigilant. We'll donate this, and I guess we'll water our flowers, which you haven't done for ages or something. Or we'll get presents. No, maybe we'll get presents, I don't know. I'm going to drink some water because I'm very thirsty. We've only got 10 minutes though. Alright. Hoo. So let's donate this soft shell turtle. Da-da-da. Ba-da-ba-bum-bum-bum-bum-bum. A Super Mario Galaxy. Yes, cross that off the list. Please do tell me some facts about the soft shell turtle. What can you tell me? The soft-shelled turtle is not one to shy away from biting when provoked. In addition to its powerful bite, this little critter has the ability to breathe both above and below water. It has an unusually long neck which it uses for both breathing and biting. Come to think of it, how did you manage to avoid being bitten? Well, it's a fearsome critter, but just look at that face. Rather silly, what? Blathers with a shade. Don't be so rude to a soft-shelled turtle, although it does look kind of silly. I think I said the exact same thing, to be honest. I'm being a hypocrite, I'm sorry. So yeah, let's water some flowers, I suppose. I think we need to customise our watering can, because I don't think we've done it from last time as well. So I guess we'll start up with tulips and... No, let's not start up with tulips. Let's start here. Yeah. What's the current scam calls? Scam emails? Do people still get scam emails? I feel like the email services, the email providers are really, really good at weeding out spam now. At least Google Mail is pretty good. Sometimes I'll just take a look into my spam folder. I'm like, wow, you weeded out a lot, Google. Good thing I don't have to deal with that. Hotmail, not so good, I find. But probably because not enough people use it, so when people don't report spam as much, you know. Let's have a look. Let's open up my Google Mails, see if there's any spam sitting in there. Spam, I got one. Fund allocation partnership with you. Hello, compliments of a season. I hope compliments of a season. Excuse me? Is that just like a generic way of saying like season's greetings? Like seasonal relevant greeting. I hope you're in good health. I work with a financial institution here in China, not capitalized, and I'm writing to you for an opportunity that will benefit us both immensely. Oh, sounds good. I've discovered an abandoned overdue inheritance fund, and I've made several attempts to locate any of my late clients' extended relatives. What? And this has proved unsuccessful. After my several unsuccessful attempts to locate any member of his family, hence I contacted you, and I am contacting you to assist me in claiming and receiving the fund left behind by the late customer before they got confiscated or declared unclaimed. Oh my word, what a long sentence. If you're interested in this transaction, kindly get back to me ASAP, so that I can give you the full details about this transaction. However, I can assure you that it will be executed under a legitimate arrangement that will protect you from any breach of the law both in your country and here in China once the fund is transferred to your bank account. Well, that's good. I mean, I wouldn't want to get scammed or anything now. Hello, Brusco. Let's talk. What do you say we set ourselves across the sea to find undiscovered islands? Of course, I'd be captain, but you'd be my first mate, Junebug. You know how to sail, right? Absolutely not. I have gone on a sailing trip. The funds I'm referring to is right here in this bank floating in suspense account. Therefore, I solicit for your cooperation to be in collaboration with me to have this done. What is this weird phrasing? I mean, obviously the person who wrote this probably doesn't speak English as their first language, and you know, their spam call. They can't hire anyone to check this. If you are interested in this transaction, I will need you to provide the following information urgently to enable the attorney and start the processing of all relevant legal documents for the money remittance. All I want you to do for me is to give you your full name, full name, comma, address, comma, tell, age, sex, occupation, so that I can give you more details. I urgently hope to get your response as soon as possible. I urgently hope? Yours sincerely, Fund Allocation Officer, Eclectic Bank of China. Wow. Okay, let's ignore that. Thanks, Google, for weeding that out for me so I don't have to deal with it. I just like how it's obviously not amazingly well written, although compared to some other spam emails I've gotten, it's actually a little bit better. It's don't get me wrong, it's not good. But the fact they just like randomly throw in like words you wouldn't expect, like remittance and other things. Oh my god, Joy-Con drift, please. It's amazing. I wonder how Google identifies spam. I wonder if you could purposely write an email such that Google would think it's spam, but also have it not like could you? Because I'd imagine they use some sort of like machine learning for that sort of thing, like keywords or that sort of thing. Suspicious sender. But could you write an email like between, like if I wrote an email to one of my friends or something and try and word it in such a way that it seems like a spam call, do you think Google would be smart enough to, not a spam call, a spam email, to be able to not diagnose but tell the difference? I don't know. That's a question for someone else, not for me. I have no idea about the machinations about how that sort of thing works. That's what I want to do. Help develop the stuff which identifies these spam calls and all that sort of thing, so people aren't taken advantage of. Yeah, that's a good aim. That's a good aim. I wonder if I can do that. I've got some basic knowledge in Python about scraping emails and getting text from them. I'm not sure I can develop an algorithm to identify within a certain confidence interval, I suppose, whether something's spam or not. P-value and all that. Just throwing out statistics terms now for no apparent reason. I also didn't realise there's a yellow hyacinth here, which we never moved. So let's move that ourselves. God, it's so hot. I want to turn on my fan, but I'm pretty sure you'll hear it. I don't want just to have you listen to air being blown into my microphone just constantly. Not very relaxing, is it? I wonder how spam is gonna evolve as communication mediums evolve, you know? Do they have like spam telegrams? Telegraphs? Telegrams? I don't really know what the difference is, to be honest. Way back when? That's a good question, I don't know. Could you have like... I mean, you can have spam letters, of course. That's definitely a thing. What? When was the first spam call? You know, that's a good question. When was the first spam call? Spam, food, Wikipedia. Okay, well, I mean... First spam message was sent in 1864 over telegraph. Wow. Even back then. Let's see. Real fact 95. One of my favourite drinks is Snap-on lemon tea. Oh, this is someone just talking about it. Oh, when did all these purple roses get here and why do we never move them? On my arrival home late yesterday evening, a telegram by London District Telegraph addressed to me in full was put in my hands. It was as follows. Messengers Gabriel Dentist, 27 Harley Street, Cavendish Square, until October. Messengers Gabriel Professional Attendance at 27 Harley Street will be 10 till 5. I do not understand what on earth that message is saying. I've never had any dealings with Messengers Gabriel and beg to ask by what right do they disturb me by a telegram which is evidently simply the medium of advertisement? Oh, is this an advert? A word from you would, I feel sure, put a stop to this intolerable nuisance. I enclose the telegram and am your faithful servant. Huh. So it wasn't like spam in the sense of what we think of now of people trying to like basically get you to transfer money to their bank account. It was actually just an advert, which I guess also, not I guess, it does actually just fall under the category of spam as well, which I didn't really consider. I didn't know there could be. Who knew they started so early? Oh my god, it's almost 30 minutes. Well, I suppose I talked about spam enough this episode. I'll water the rest of the flowers just afterwards. But we'll round off this episode here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I've been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments and subscriptions are greatly appreciated, and I hope we can see each other again. But until the next time, if you or a loved one... I don't even know how spams go anymore. Anyway, bye bye for now.